Hello everybody, how y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm still having some difficulties with my chest. I did go out to work yesterday. I started a little bit, oh excuse me, a little bit late last night. Not until about 7 o'clock. But I at least made my minimum. We'll say medium minimum. Not the lowest minimum or whatever, but, the one that's a little bit closer to my nightly goal, basically. Still having some issues. I'm taking it slow, taking it easy, and doing what I can. Hold on a second. There we go. I don't want to talk over that noisy thing. Yeah, it was a bit difficult. Mostly a lot of pain. I had taken my essential oil mixture and also the rose essential oils with me, just in case. I put some of the mixture on my chest just before I left. And also, like I said, just the small bottle of the rose essential oil I took with me. I find that, and this has been confirmed with something I had read with the rose scent, just whipping it up underneath the nose. The vapors, they get into there, and it helps to relax things. And I had a very bad attack earlier this morning. It was bad because I was also having a low sugar at the same time. So on the one hand, I'm trying to get out of the sugar, but at the same time, I'm trying to breathe. And it's not the airways. It's the muscles. So I know definitely, and I know I've said it before and everything, but now that I have been clear and, and doing well and so on and so forth, I'm seeing the difference. So I will have quite a bit. It's still hard to breathe. I will have quite a bit to talk to the primary physician about when I see him on the 3rd. So, also, I've made a decision, and I'm sticking with this in light of everything that has happened, especially here recently and so forth. It's hard. Okay. In light of everything that's happened, I'm going to go home. No matter what, everything that I think about circles back to the same thought. And that is, where do I want to be when I die? Even if I die someplace else, where do I want to wind up? I realize it doesn't matter. It's just your remains. Your spirit is gone. But where do I want to wind up? And I love her too much. I love Vegas. I love my home too much. And I realize there's not good health care there, and so on and so forth. I hate to say it, I've even missed LA. And I hate LA. And now, I'm going to go home. I'm a desert rat. I'm a West Coast girl now. I'm a Vegas chick. And I'm damn proud of it. She's been my home for 20 years. And it's more than that. I'm choosing. I chose where I wanted to live then. I'm choosing where I want to live now. And that was the whole point to this. And even with looking at my astrocartography chart, this has been my place of healing. Basically coming back, to where I started. Or at least the area, obviously not Minnesota. I'm originally from Michigan. But just coming back full circle. Pretty much. Re-experiencing things from my childhood that I had forgotten about. Re-experiencing things, from growing up. Reliving, things as teenager, with being with my friend Angie, because her and we spent some time together as teenagers. We went to junior high and high school together. She actually transferred in to my junior high school when we were both in 8th grade. She transferred in about mid-year. It's quite common with Navy kids. So, reliving a lot of that. And before I left last night, I was really struggling. And I mean really struggling. And I'm like, no, I need to push through and everything. And just before I left, I broke out this notebook I have where I'd written some things down at one point, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, yeah. I'm a lot stronger than I'm giving myself credit. I've been through a lot in my life. Experienced a lot. I try to remind myself of that, but actually seeing it written down, it had more of an impact on me. But I had said, of course I'm not in a position to be going back now. And I did tell myself I'd give myself a year. So, and I haven't talked to them about any of this yet either. Because I need to get things in line. I need to make my plan. But I figure during this time also, and I know even after the year, I'm still not going to be ready. I'm looking at next spring at some point. Or maybe late spring, something like that. Get time for all the snows to melt and everything, especially looking at route that Google Maps was taking me and so forth. It's about a 2-day drive. I'd much rather drive. I think it'd be better, especially since I've accumulated some stuff. I don't want to give it up. So, either buy a car and pack it up, or buy an RV and then rent a car out there. I can get a DMV appointment before I leave. I'll take a look. I can take a, once I get closer, I can take a look at where DMVs are at throughout the state, and maybe I can get an appointment closer, you know, to that time or whatever. In the meantime, take advantage. I'm going to take advantage of the medical here. Explain to the doctor what I've been going through. I'll admit that, of course, air quality is, we do have the particulates in the air with the wildfires coming in from Canada again. And they were definitely hitting last night. I could see it with the way the sun was setting and the moon came up and everything. Yeah, bad news. So, of course, that wasn't helping matters either. And it's supposed to, I think I've seen on the weather report this morning, it was supposed to be kind of the same today. But there's a lot of wind. It's been kind of breezy today, and there's been a lot of clouds coming in, so I'm sure that's helping with the, help blow it around at least, you know, so it's not so stale air, stagnant, you know, which helps with the breathing. But this, I know, is from that stress that I went through. And, but yeah, I'll take it, and this is basically the muscles flaring up, is what this boils down to. So anyway, I know it's hard to talk. Because, of course, talking requires breathing. It's hard to breathe right now. But I'm pushing through it. But anyway, like I was saying, in the meantime, and I'll admit this extra weight that I have on me doesn't help matters either. I need to lose some weight. But anyway, like I was saying, you can take advantage of the better medical here. And go from there. See where I'm at with everything next spring, you know. See if they're going to recommend physical therapy. I think it would really do a lot of good, to tell you the truth. I really do. I hear Sean. But, and possibly also get maybe some oxygen or something. When those, you know, like oxygen machines. You just pretty much fire it up. Now, it was funny because, you know, after I did yesterday's video and got it uploaded and everything, I went down to the grocery store. I decided to have Applebee's. I was going to just pick up something to cook, but I'm like, no, I have been dying for, you know, like a grill, you know, like cheeseburger for what, a couple months now. I haven't been able to get one. Either haven't gotten it because of what happened with the other place or whatever. And I was just like, I was just gonna head over there to Cub and get pick up some things. And I took one look at the Applebee's sign as I was pulling in, and I was like, fuck it. I'm I'm gonna have me that burger. I'm so glad I did it. Oh, it was so good. And I told him make sure it's cooked all the way. I explained to her. She just looked at me kind of funny, and I explained to her briefly what happened. She's like, ah, okay. And it was cooked all the way. So, anywho, I ordered that and then went over to Cubby. I had to take money out of my savings. Basically, I drew all my savings that I had. Figure I'll put it back, you know. And I got a few things that I needed slash wanted at Cub. I think I had my burger. That felt good. And I also got some milk because I've been out of milk. So I can make my hot cocoa to help with this. It's always this side. This is the side. It's my right side. Where it's just, these muscles, they just constrict, contract, constrict, contract. I feel like I need to stretch it out, basically. I know I haven't been doing my yoga. I was going to see about maybe doing my yoga this morning, but I was woken up to a low sugar. So, but anyway, yeah, that was good, and it felt good to get out there and work. And I decided to change my radio station too. I was listening to my old-time jazz station, to one I created up on Pandora. It felt really good. But no, I know I've been around in circles with everything. It's been nice here. It's given me a chance to heal, not just heal with physically. It's going all the way back, starting from the beginning, reconnecting with my past, and looking at everything and just healing. And help me to decide who I want to be. And I'll admit that with what happened this past weekend, showed me. This is the thing that has hit me, that has stuck out with me the most with it all, is the fact that I couldn't see who it was. I could only tell by the voice that it was a man. I have no idea what sort of person they were or anything. And this wasn't the first time I came across this. You know, I mentioned of course, you know, the person who was upset with me because I was wearing a face mask. But there was somebody I knew out there. I thought at the time, I thought it was because I knew that also he was somebody who did drugs off and on, did some drinking, and was really interested in the 1%er lifestyle. So I was thinking it was a lot with that. And he was from here. I only knew him because I was friends with his girlfriend / common law wife. They had been together for 20 years. So I was actually friends with her. And he was just along for the ride, basically. and I never liked him. And I thought it was because of all that. That's the way he is. But now, after being here, I'm finding that quite a few white men are that way here. And it's the thing that the only way I could think to describe it, to help people understand what it's like with what I'm experiencing. If you remember back, a few years back, when you had all the MAGA supporters who stormed the Capitol building, that sort of mindset is what I'm experiencing here. Basically, like the extremists. And I don't care for it. And I'm finding that that's why I keep saying that, I feel like that there's things below the surface and everything, and I just don't care for it. It's like these are social issues that, as far as I'm concerned, should have been buried. That people should have, I don't want to say buried, but should have moved on from years ago, decades ago. And unfortunately, they're all still holding on to it. It's like, I feel like that we should be focusing more on more important issues like homelessness and trying to help bring about peace in the world, and food shortages, water shortages, these, helping, even teaching people about how, basically respect, even all the way down to what certain individuals would call, or even people who are more or less enlightened still consider lower life forms. To respect them. I find it very disgusting being out there. I realize accidents happen, but some of these that I see with animals being hit in the road, it wasn't an accident. That was just carelessness. So, and I see the mindsets too, like, for instance, with declawing your cats. That is just so inhumane and so cruel. I realize a lot of people don't realize that, but it is. They can develop infection. Even if it's not immediate, it can happen over time. They need their claws, just like we need our, how would you like it if you had your fingernails ripped out? That's what it is for them. I don't agree with it. I think that we also need to be working on getting rid of pesticides and so forth, having everything organic, lowering those food costs, eliminating the drug situation. I'm sorry, but I've realized that, weed is natural. Well, guess what? So is cyanide. I see it too much. They used to think opium was safe, and then they found out, ooh. And those studies have been coming out also with weed. I think we need to be working on things like these sorts of things to help improve our situations. And unfortunately, there are just, I feel like a lot of people are still stuck in the past. And I feel like with living out there, it's always forward thinking. And yeah, it's okay to look at the past, but to look at it to learn from it, not being stuck in it with the mindsets and so forth. And it's one of the reasons why I like it out there, because it's always progressive, forward thinking. And I miss the Hispanic culture, the Mexican culture. I really miss it a lot. I mean, you have it here, but I don't see it very prevalent like you do out there. But I miss it out there a lot. I spent my first years with it in Michigan, with the migrant workers the migrant workers and the factory workers. My godfather was Mexican. So I had that influence very early on in life. And I miss it. And only out there, culture is different. But I do miss it. I miss California. I miss that influence. I realize there's a lot of issues, and yeah, it can be expensive and everything, but I'd be willing to move there. I'd figure it out. It's one of the reasons why I'd like to have an RV. Start off Nevada, Vegas, and check things out. Check things out around in Cali. See if there might be something that I might like. I miss the West Coast. Washington, Oregon really don't appeal to me. Utah, Idaho. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love Utah. I think it's a beautiful state, at least southern Utah. Always like the people from Utah too. But no, I want to go back. Maybe I can help with. Right now, I need to focus on me. I really. Right now, I just need to focus on me. But I've made that decision. I'm going back. I know this one here. In some ways, she'll enjoy it also because I know her allergies have been elevated since we've gotten here, which hasn't been good, especially with the pancreatitis. I know she'll miss seeing the squirrely squirrels and so forth. But there's just too much that I miss from back there. Like decent food. I know I'm getting tired. And so I'm going to let you go. And I have a long night ahead of me too. I got that car payment tomorrow. If I can get both an RV and a car before I go, that would be awesome. But otherwise, I'm looking at getting the RV and then rent a car when I get out there. So that's one of the reasons why I would want to I'd want to get an appointment set up first, so I can get the things taken care of, things switched over and so forth, and I can hit the ground running pretty fast. So I'll need down payment for RV and also money to be able to go. And just pack it up. I know it'll be a little bit expensive, with the gas. But at least I won't have to worry about someplace to live either. I know where the campgrounds are at and so forth out there as well. And I can just go. So, but yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I just I'll nail everything down and go from there. So, but anyway, in the meantime, this one here, she's sleeping in her blankie next to me. She's so precious. I love her so much. I miss the Vegas energy. It's my home. It's where I want my home to be. It's looking at everything. Even if even if I died someplace else, that's where I'd want my remains to be. She's home. She's home. But anyway, I'll let you go. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon.